If we are lounging poolside and we don't want those pesky mosquitoes, then DynaTrap does have us covered. Now, this is our LED mosquito and insect trap with an easy empty. That is new. The bin, and this is exclusive to QVC, this bundle, and we've got new colors for you. So depending on which one you pick up, we have the half acre or the 1 acre. You're saving anywhere from $25 to $31. Now, big deal means before this is gone. So take advantage of this while you can. Get it home for 4 easy payments of $15 or $22.50, but comparable retail value, we're talking anywhere from $100 to $150. So this is an incredible day to shop, to get something to break the life cycle of those insects. Now, this is going to be new, compact, and you don't have to worry about any of those harmful pesticides, no noise of that zapping going around. And what you are going to get is either that large version where this will go up to 1 acre, or you are getting that half acre option. You've got great colors. Right here's our forest green. Then we have your granite. And last but not least is our slate blue. This is our most limited in both sizes. Now, this will be coming with not only the insect trap, but a cleaning brush and a chain for you as well. So you can hang it like we have over on our tree here and put it away from everyone, and it's still doing all of that great work. Now, I'm going to welcome in my friend Sean Pickford, who brings us all of the greatest do-it-yourself items. Sean, one of the first items I heard about when I joined the QVC team was the DynaTrap. I'm so excited to have a full hour to chat about it. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to be with you this evening. So I was going to be out in the yard and started to sprinkle a little bit. So under the covered driveway area here. But
oh, good,
this is where you're going to use your DynaTraps. You're going to use them outside to take care of all the flying pests so that you can enjoy being in your yard. Because look, we just kicked off summer this past weekend. So a lot of you had barbecues and stuff like that. Were you bothered by the pests? Well, this is a great way to take care of them. And I love my DynaTraps. I wouldn't live without them.
Right. I mean, this is that innovative technology that has changed the game. Justin Sachoka, who trained with me and has been a longtime guest and now host here, said that this was one of his favorite purchases he has ever made. And I went over to his house and it was like the dead of summer. And I was like, I have not seen one mosquito or one gnat, nothing. So tell me a little bit about how this works and what we're getting.
Okay, so the folks at DynaTrap mimic us as human beings. So there's 3 things. It's the light, the warmth, and the carbon dioxide that it gives up. Here's all the pieces, but it comes fully assembled for you. Nothing to worry about there. Take it out of the box, plug it in. First thing you're going to see is that UV LED light that lasts 2¼ years if you run it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It catches bugs day and night. That's why we want you to leave it plugged in 24/7. Now, it attracts and captures mosquitoes and 12 other flying pests, and we'll get into that in a minute. This is how it works. They are attracted to the light, the warmth. When they get close enough, there's a fan in there that sucks them down into the chamber where they expire. This new easy emptying one-touch system, this is about 3 years old for us. So great innovation there, because now you don't have to touch the bugs. Before you had to scrape them out and stuff like that. So now you just basically, as you're showing, you just hit that little trapdoor button and voila.
That is,
and into the trash can they go.
That's huge to me, because there is no way that I'm touching those bugs. I'm like, this is new and improved and right up my alley, because this is just the perfect way to empty this right out into a trash can and not have to worry about it. But you are getting great color options here that are going to really blend in with the outdoors, but they also are cute enough to put out on, your table outside, wherever you want. But you decide whether you want that forest green, the granite, or our slate blue. Our slate blue is the most limited across the board. And we have 2 different sizes for you. So we have the half or the acre. Would you speak a little bit about which one of our friends at home should pick up for their own property?
Okay, so I mean, we did that because that's how properties are basically sold, how big of the parcel it is. So smaller piece of property, maybe you want to start out with the half acre here, all right? Maybe you're skeptical and not sure, is it really going to work like they say they are? I only want to spend the $59, so they go ahead and they purchase this one first. Most people who buy the small one come back for the larger one when they see how well it works. I know a lot about mosquitoes. I know they are the #1 worldwide pest. So I have an acre out back, and I actually have my half acre plugged in over here in my front yard, because I want to attract and capture those bugs both in the front and the back of my house, because your house acts as a wall. It's not going to work through it. So that's how you kind of choose the one you want. If you're looking at them and say, well, I live in an area where there's a lot of water and a lot of bugs, this bin is half the size of this bin. So think about it. You're going to empty this one twice as much as you would empty this one.
Right.
So if you're thinking about that too, and you don't want to empty it as much, and some of you will find out you'll fill it in the first 3 days. You'll be like, oh my, I can't believe I have this many bugs. And look, this is 2 weeks worth of bugs here.
Oh,
my, right? These are my bugs.
Not to be disrespectful,
weeks.
but that is really disgusting. That is disgusting, and I am glad they are not flying around me. Now, this is the time to place those orders because this is the big deal, which means before it's gone, you were getting an incredible savings where you were saving, bringing it down anywhere from $25 to $31, but comparable retail value. This would go for $100 or $150, depending on the size. You can get it home for 4 easy payments of $14.99 or 4 easy payments of $22.50. Now, as we are talking about those bugs, would you tell me a little bit about the bugs this is attracting and what we are getting rid of when we use this?
Oh, okay, so it originally was developed just to attract the mosquito, but we found out it's mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, moths, and stink bugs, as well as fighting midges and no-see-ums, Japanese beetles, gnats, blowflies, drain flies, and the musket that you're seeing here. So 13 flying pests that bite, sting, or annoy you, that now they will be attracted to the DynaTrap and not to you, so you can go outside and enjoy being out there. Look, we spend a lot of money on patio furniture, new decks, new umbrellas, all that kind of stuff. Last thing that we want is to be able to go outside and all of a sudden, I live at the beach here, there's things called no-see-ums. All right, you don't see them, you feel them when they bite you. I can be outside and my neighbor's like, how can you sit outside on your deck? I'm getting eaten alive. I'm like, I'm not, I have DynaTraps. So they take care of my pests so that I can be outside when they're forced back in their homes.
Right.
So that's kind of the way it works. It's all about that light, and the light is a beautiful light with a special color temperature, the warmth, and the carbon dioxide, because the mosquito is attracted to your breath, John. Did you know when you walk outside, the mosquito can smell your breath from 300 feet away? That's how well
I need to start brushing my teeth more.
Zone in on us.
I need to.
Even if you.
But
Even if you
I
just
had
brushed
no
your teeth
idea.
and gargled, it's not going to matter.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
It's all about that carbon dioxide.
That is, I never knew that. And it makes complete sense. It's why you're sitting out there enjoying that time with family. And it always seems like the more people there are, the more flies and mosquitoes and no-see-ums there are. So this is really such an innovative way to get that outdoor space back. Spend that time in the beautiful backyard that you've planted those gardens, where you've picked up that lawn furniture. When we are talking about that beautiful light that you mentioned, can we take a quick tour of what is all included in the DynaTrap?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, you'll see on the top, there's a little hook so you can hang it from the shepherd's hook. You can use the chain like you guys have there in the studio. I've tied them out back in a pine tree. There's a 6-foot cord that comes on this, but you can also plug it into an outdoor extension cord. That new UV LED light, that's new technology to us, that allows it to last for 27 continuous months. So for those of you purchasing it today, you won't have to worry about it for 2.25 years if you live somewhere in a warm climate. John, for you and I, we probably won't need to worry about that LED element in there for another 4 to 5 seasons, because that's how long this is going to last.
Wow.
I love this, the one-touch easy emptying system. Before you had to unscrew it and now kind of scrape the bugs out. Look, I don't mind, I could do it, but this is so much easier. And you know who that came from, that suggestion? The QVC customer said, can't we make it easier to get rid of the bugs? So DynaTrap,
I'm very grateful they did.
That's awesome.
I'm very grateful that our customer asked for that, because it really, it makes a world of difference, especially with the ease of it. And when you think of having things like this, and you know there's a nagging feeling of needing to clean it out, but not wanting to do it because you have to go and deal with the ickiness, the fact that you can just hit one button, put it over the trash can, and never have to worry about it and keep that peace of mind outdoors, this truly is an incredible invention and an innovative way to reclaim our outdoor space. Now, is there an on-off button on this?
Yes, on the side of the unit, there's actually a little button on there. It's encased in like a little rubber seal, so we made that it's waterproof, because you're going to put this outside. You don't have to worry about the rain or the storms or any of that. So I've had mine out in hurricanes. I had one blow out of the tree, roll halfway across the yard, picked it up, hung it back up, plugged it in. So these things are made out of the same things that crash helmets are made of. So they're
Wow.
built to last. They're also going to remain the same color as when you buy them, even season after season, if it's in the bright sunlight. Because we didn't want them to fade. We didn't want you to buy the granite one. Next thing you know, 2 seasons from now, it looks white.
Right.
You want the granite color. We wanted it to stay the granite color. Same with the green and same with the slate blue. So
Right, you really can't go wrong. And you've got 2 different sizes and a few different colors to choose from. So you decide whether you want that 1 acre. That is going to come down from, it should be at comparable retail value, $150. You're able to get it today for $89.98. Or you decide whether you want that smaller half acre. So whole acre, half acre. Half acre's $59.98. Comparable retail value would be $100. You decide whether you want that forest green. Then we have our very popular granite option. And last but not least, we have our slate blue. Get rid of all of those pesky mosquitoes. Stop the zapping and that awful sound and sometimes smell that accompanies it, and start trapping them in the DynaTrap. So call 800-500-7590. These have been wildly popular, and this is a big deal presentation, which means before it is gone, take advantage of this price while you can. Call 800-500-7590, and your item number is F47833. If you've got this in your cart, do not wait, because we are getting limited across the board in our granite color. Now, we've taken a little tour of this. We've seen how it works. When we get this home, it's going to come with that cord. It also comes with the brush and the chain so we can hang it. So you really can use this in a variety of ways. You can have it out and about, but is there any requirement of how close this can be to people, to your table?
well, there's some recommendations that we make.
Okay.
So let's face it, you are attracting bugs to the DynaTrap.
Right.
If you sit it in the center of the picnic table, what are you going to do? You're going to attract those bugs right to the table where you don't want them. So we recommend 20 to 30 feet away if you have that space. If not, just put it off to the side of the porch or the patio if it's a smaller area. The other thing too is leave it run 24/7. And people say, well, wait a second. Isn't that going to be expensive if that thing's running all the time? Do I really need to do that? These cost less than 2 cents a day to operate. So put it away from where you are, leave it running. Yes, you can plug them into an outdoor extension cord. The one I have over here, it's in an outdoor extension cord. It's only 2 feet off of my patio that I have here because I didn't want it out in the yard and stuff like that. And we don't spend a whole lot of time out here, but when we do, we don't worry about the bugs. So it's catching bugs 24/7. I check the bin once a week if I have to empty it. That's what I do. And that's the great thing. Look, I have 2 small dogs. I'm never going to spray chemicals or pesticides on my lawn. I don't like things that electrocute the bugs and zap them. Why? Bug guts get all over the place. The dogs sniff them, get them on the paws, bring them in the house. I don't want any of that either. This is an easier way to attract them, capture them, and dispose of them, and couldn't be any easier.
Yeah, it's so simple. And when we were talking about this, I know you mentioned that you're going to be emptying the small one more often. So if you're deciding between the two, and if you're anything like me and you want those bugs gone, get the larger one, because it just means that you will have to empty it less. And I actually am so glad we have these, because we've had a fly that has been driving me crazy on this set for the past few days, and I have yet to see him today. And I think that is thanks to the DynaTrap. So you decide whether you want that 1 acre or that half acre, and which color you want to get home, whether it is the forest green, that granite, or the slate blue. And take a look at all of these insects you can trap. I mean, that is a large number.
Yeah, I mean, we did independent studies at the University of Nebraska. So you can see there in a 6-day period, 2,942 on the 1 acre, 2,543 on the half acre. And yes, we did have someone count every single one of those bugs to know what was in there and what we caught in those period of time. So, I mean, there's a lot of science behind this, but we also do a lot of testing, because we don't want to say it's going to capture one thing and it's not going to do that. We also like to protect things. So anything like a pollinator, a honeybee, butterfly, hummingbirds, they are not attracted to the DynaTrap. They're attracted to the pollen. So they won't come anywhere near this. I have this in, I have the one out here in front, is in my flower bed. So there's honeybees all over the place. I've never caught a honeybee in the 15 years that I've had DynaTraps. So for those of you saying, I really want to take care of them, we made sure that we did. Nothing to worry about.
Right. And if you're just joining us and you're wondering what is going on over here, Sean, would you talk a little bit about why DynaTrap?
Well, because it's so different in the way it works. Most traps or pesticides and that kind of stuff, they do one thing. They drive the pests away.